Hey everyone, wanted to make a quick little video, a little commentary on this game I just played in Emerald 1. And this was a pretty nice game. I decided this was a special game in the sense that I just got a new mouse too. I got the BenQ Zoe. Yeah, got a new mouse, getting used to it. Played a couple of games against bots before this one, and then I queued up through ranked, and this is the first game I got. And to be honest, this game was really weird in the sense that I feel like that the level of play here in this game was completely nuts. In the sense that, this is an Emerald 1 lobby. And, now I'm not saying that, oh my god, Emerald is, like high elo or anything. But these people really just played like silvers. I swear to god. So, I'm gonna speed up this a little bit here. I'm doing nothing useful, really. And, the matchup we're against here, we're against Garen. Garen top lane. And, we have a Kayn, a Fizz, a Jinx, and a Shen. So, pretty strong team fighting comp, I think. They have a pretty good one, too. They don't have an ADC, though. They have a Hui bot lane. But I think that's pretty good, too, if you can make it work. So, yeah. The start here, nothing useful, really. Just doing some little trades. And kind of feeling out the Garen, and, he steps up like that, really confident. So, I go for that. He has to flash that. And, yeah. I don't know if it's, like, the time to, like, maybe, because I played this game around 5 p.m., right? 5 p.m. when people get home from work and stuff, maybe people are just really tired and stuff, there tends to be a little bit more negativity. I don't know if it's that, but the alt chat fiesta has already started, where Kayn just says, "Get a life, brother," and yeah. I think this Kayn was also auto-filled. He wasn't that great, honestly. And, the entire early game for my team was kind of just not good. But yeah, I cross away, I come back with a call, the Garen has flash and ignite, so, yeah. He has to walk all the way back to lane, after I burnt his flash there. And there's a little bit of a skirmish going on. Let's turn the directed camera on. There's a little bit of a skirmish. A little bit of a skirmish like that. The Viego was really aggressive in the sense that he was completely just all over Kayn's jungle. Like, he was like perma invading. He wasn't even doing his own camps that much. Like, he was just, in Kayn's jungle 24/7. So, yeah, that was interesting. At the same time, I was just doing my thing, and this is where we noticed that, oh shit, Viego's invading Kayn again. And, I'm not really in a position here to go help. Because, we didn't see the Viego. He just walked past all the vision. The only place where there was vision was this bush. Nowhere else. So... Oh, wait, what? Yeah. So, yeah, Viego killed Kayn. That just got me a little bit confused at first, because... You know how Viego is. He turns into people, so I was like, wait, what? Who killed who? But yeah. Viego killed Kayn. And he was, again, after that, in Kayn's jungle, so that was interesting. At the same time... Nothing really happening here. I was just farming out. And you can already kind of see that there's a little bit of gold disparity. The blue team has a lot more gold. For some reason, everyone's creep score was so low this game. It was kind of embarrassing, actually. So, yeah, I'm gonna speed up this a little bit. Didn't really do anything here, it's just the usual top lane experience, farming. Slow pushing. And then I see that, you know, they're trying to take the grubs here. So they take those. And this is pretty unusual game in the sense that no one really did objectives that much. Like, these grubs, this Viego just, like, took these grubs. And then it was kind of like, yeah, that's it for the game. It was kind of pissing me off, actually, because, you know, the Drake was up all this time, the Infernal Drake. And there were so many opportunities for both Viego and Kane to just take it, but neither of them did. And Viego is again in Kane's jungle. Like, he was just perma-invading him. Like, I don't know if this is usual like jungle behavior, but geez, I was kind of like, dude, like, what is going on in this game? Yeah, nothing really happens here. Except for here. The Kane, the Garen, he kind of steps up again, so, you know, he has to flash. And then I'm kind of thinking, can I kill him? And, you know, I was thinking that he was maybe thinking, like, he's gonna walk away, right? And then at first I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna kill him. But, you know, because he stayed, I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll try. Because, you know, the Garen, at first, he tried to walk away. He was thinking about it. But, yeah, then I saw that he's just gonna stay, so yeah, I was a little bit lucky here. I was a little bit greedy. Like, I think I was at 6 HP or something here. And yeah, I could have just killed him and recalled, but yeah. This was kind of a lucky game too, in the sense that the Viego never really ganked me. The Viego didn't really gank any lanes in actually. Like, he was only really farming his own jungle and just invading Kane 24/7. And yeah, I don't know what Garen was doing, but, you know, he had these random roams as well. You know, at this point, the Kane's just saying GG's. Like, yeah, he's 0-3. He has 44 creep score at 10 minutes. 44 creep score, 48. And that's pretty low. Like, I don't know what was going on in this game. Maybe it was because he was so chaotic and everything. But yeah, I basically had like 10 CS per minute, but that was only because I was able to kind of gap the Garen a little bit. And yeah, he didn't really contest my farm. So here I left the lane because I wanted to try to look for Viego in Kane's jungle, but I couldn't find him. And yeah, that was a little bit of unlucky. The vision to it's just barely, you know, didn't spot him right here. Yeah, I don't know if the Shen would have still made it in time, but yeah, it was kind of unlucky. And at this point, it's 10-3. And if you look at the scores, like here, the KDAs, kind of looks like my entire team's just inting. You know, people were in mid lane all the time in this game. It was so weird. So anyways, I do my thing. And, you know, because Garen, for some reason, had these random roams where he just went to mid lane for no reason, I was able to secure this tower. And that was pretty nice, actually, because the enemy bot lane was just about to get their own tower. So, you know, I got the first blood on the towers before them. A little bit extra gold. It's always nice to get the first tower blood. Yeah. So now I'm thinking, you know, I took the tower, so what am I gonna do next, you know? I have basically perfect creep score. I have 1.5 items, or well, not 1.5, but I have one completed item. I have Sheen. Now, what can I do as Trundle? And yeah, if you look at my team, it looks pretty hopeless, right? We have a 1/4 Shen support. We have a Jinx. The Jinx was doing actually the best out of all of these guys, I think. Then we have a Fizz, and we have a Kane, who's looking absolutely just not too great, not too great at all. So yeah, I was thinking to myself like, man, I'm Trundle. What can I do to win this game? So meanwhile everyone was busy fighting for whatever reason. I was doing grubs. It was really easy to take them because I had Ravenous and Sheen, so it's lots of damage. And Viego wasn't anywhere near me, so yeah. I thought that, well, I mean, I'm just gonna take these, right? Because I don't really want a team fight in this kind of a spot, where we have this, yeah, like this kind of a jungle. There's Zyra, there's Hui, there's Zed, all these guys here. I didn't really feel like going into a jungle and just team fighting because I didn't know who was in there. This was like Vision, we only saw Zyra. I didn't want to go in this jungle because, too risky. And at this point, I already had a little bounty too. Not a big one, but it's still a bounty. And I felt like if I have any chances of carrying this game, I should just make calculated decisions, right? So I tried to go for the Viego. He flashes. I flash as well. This was a little bit of a mistake on my part. I shouldn't have followed him after he flashed. But yeah, I didn't know that he had smite. I didn't think about it, that he could slow me with his smite, and that wouldn't let me kill him. And yeah, then Kane, for some reason, decides to go. And he actually dies. That was a pretty close duel, but he actually dies to... The Kane actually died to Viego, but yeah. Jinx managed to secure the kill. That was nice. A little bit of a bonus. It's always nice to see those Jinx ults. And yeah, at this point, the score was pretty even. They were still ahead by like 3,000 gold. So I was thinking, yeah, I'll just go to mid lane and protect this tower. Shen kind of just ints. I didn't really want to fight here. If we take a look at the fight again, then it's kind of bad, right? Like Garen has his ult, he has Ignite, Shen has his ult too. If they focused me, they could have easily killed me. So I didn't really want to risk me dying at this point. So yeah, I could have maybe fought, but yeah, the fight just seemed really risky to me, so I didn't take it. And yeah, if you look at the score right now, it's 16-6. It's 16-6. And yeah, the game is looking pretty hopeless right now. I'm thinking to myself, yeah, this is gonna be just one of those games where I'm just gonna lose, It's just gonna be a lose no matter what I do. So anyways, they finally... the blue team finally, after all this time, at 15 minutes, they're like, yeah, now we're gonna take the first Drake. So yeah, that was pretty... I think they should have taken the Drake way earlier. Like, I was really shocked at how late they took it. So, at this same time, I was going for the Rift Herald because, the Kane, I wasn't sure what he was doing. He was just farming his camps. Maybe he was kind of, shocked from the Kane just invading him all the time. So I take the Rift Herald with him. right? I give the eye to him, and yeah, then I'm like, well, if we look at the map right now, there's not a lot I can do, really. They're basically in our bot jungle, they have vision there, they're kind of, kicking the ass of my teammates, there's not much I can do. So I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go top lane. So I went to top lane, right? So CS these, CS the next wave, and then this is important. So I don't push the lane. Like Garen is here anyways, and I know that he's here, so I would just be wasting time here. I wanted to go to the river to see if I could group with my team and make some plays maybe. Like that. There wasn't really anything to be done, so I took the scuttle, and here I catch the Garen. The Garen just assumed that I went somewhere else or maybe recalled, but boom, I was back here. And yeah, he finds himself in a real weird position. He didn't decide to go back like this. Maybe he thought that he wouldn't be able to get away from me. I don't know if he could have, but he decided to turn around like this. He didn't know that Kayn was in the river. So, he uses flash and he dies. And I would have wanted to give Jinx the kill, but Kayn took it. It's whatever. And at this point, the game is looking a little bit better. So, Jinx has some kills. If we look at my other teammates, there's still 1-4, 1-5, and 1-5. And, I'm the only one who's doing, like, somewhat fine in Jinx. So, right now I'm just thinking, yeah, this Jinx is our win condition. So, I gotta do things to try to get her ahead, right? And at this point, I wasn't really, pushing too much yet. Like, I was just kind of farming at this point. The only tower I had taken was the top tower, and no one else had taken any towers anywhere else on the map. So I was like, okay, we secured a kill on the Garen, that was nice. I'm just still gonna go top lane. Why? Well, because Fizz was already here. I didn't know if he was gonna recall or not. So, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the top lane. And I tried to fight the Zed here, and I get the wave. I hang around a little bit. I hang around in the bush. I tried to see if the Zed would have come and, fought, but he didn't. So, kind of go back. And, I'm still, like, I did the same thing. I pushed the wave, past the river, and then, I go down and, I tried to make some plays around the map, with my team. Because, I have a pretty good situation right now. I have 10 CS per minute. I have almost 2 items. And, if you compare my situation to, like, Kayn, for example, or Fizz, then I'm also level 13. They're level 11. So right now I'm the highest level guy on the map, right? So, I want to make some plays on the team. There's ward here, I didn't know that. But regardless of that, I went to mid lane. Never mind, I didn't. I didn't remember that correctly. I placed a ward there. And I go back. And here, the Zed has not warded. The Zed has not warded. In fact, he doesn't even have wards. He has Oracle Lens. So, he has an Eclipse and Voltaic Cycle Sword. And I have Ravenous and, Plated Steel Caps. And half Eternity Force. So, I'm hanging around the bush to see if he actually goes for the wave. And he did. He went for the wave. So, there's a little fight, and to look at this, he has Ignite. I'm 1 level up on him, so I fight. At first, I'm thinking maybe I can fight him without my ult, but it turned out that, he actually deals a lot of damage, so I had to ult here. I had to lifesteal a little bit from minions too. And I won that. I basically just kind of knew that I could kill him. But yeah, that was a little bit close. Still. I killed him. I used my ult. I lifesteal off of the wave. I was able to kill him. That's all that matters. So then I'm thinking, okay, all these guys, you know, this is what I see on the map. I see all these guys. And now I'm thinking, I want to push for this tower. The reason why I pushed this, you know, after the killing Zed was because, you know, I was thinking I'm going to go for this tower. But Garen was going to respawn. So I thought that, yeah, I'm not going to get this tower anyways. And if the enemy team wanted to, they could have just, you know, changed their minds. And, you know, it's just like, they could have come from over here and just collapse on me with Garen if I really stick to taking this tower. And that would have been really bad for me because I have a bounty of 300 gold, right? So I recall. I look at the map. What do I see? I see guys in mid lane. And at this point, the Drake was spawning. The second Drake was about to spawn in under a minute now. And, you know, we fight. And at this point, I see the fight. I see that Fizz ulted Viego. And at the same time as he ulted, I used teleport. Because I knew that there was going to be a fight happening. These guys were going to fight back for sure. So, you know, they kill Viego. There's a little bit of fight happening. I go for the Zyra. And at this point, the Hui is alive, the Zyra is alive, the Garen is alive, and Zed is coming from the bot jungle. Viego died, okay? Hui dies from the Ignite. I flash for the Zyra. I go for her. And right here, there was really nothing I could have done. So, you know, the Zed just went for the Jinx. The Jinx was a little bit too confident. She didn't realize Zed was there in time, so, you know, the Jinx dies. At the same time, to kill Garen. I go for the Zed, but he gets away. I ulted for him too, so there's that. But yeah, the Zed got away. And at this point, the game is actually kind of playable. Even though if you look at the score of my team, it seems like it's not. But the gold situation is pretty much even. And yeah, if you look at the golds like this, then yeah, I'm basically like 4,000 gold up on the Garen. So I'm fed as hell right now. And I know that, you know, I gotta be there for every single team fight, really. Almost every single one. Because if I'm not, then, you know, my team's just not gonna, you know, they don't want to even play the game. Like, I think Kane was pretty miserable. He was really, really miserable in the early game. Viego was just constantly invading him. It's kind of bad. So I recall after taking the Drake. And I look at the map. What do I see? I see Garen in the top lane, no one else, so I go to mid lane. I changed my mind a little bit, because, you know, I see the bot tower. The reason why I went through the jungle instead of the lane here is because I didn't know if there was going to be a fight happening here in the mid lane, so I decided to go a little bit like this, so, you know, I could get there a little bit faster if I needed to. That's why I didn't go through the lane. And, you know, I'm kind of looking for the Zed again. I saw the Zed there, and, you know, I saw that he's farming there. So I go for him. And this is an even easier fight than before. I have no idea why he ported back. You know, like, he was here, but then he ported from this shadow back here. And I think that was just because he was panicking and he didn't know if there was anything in our bot jungle. But if you look at this situation, from his point of view, when he was over here, Yeah, the only one that he saw was Jinx. So yeah, maybe he just ported back because he didn't know if there was someone here that could just come and kill him. But from my perspective, it seemed like he was kind of just inting. Because, you know, he came closer to me, so, you know, it was just easier for me to catch up to him. Auto, 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 he flashes, and, you know, I go in turret range, and at this point, it doesn't really even matter. If you look at my items, I have Trinity Force, Ravenous, Plated Steel Calves, I'm building Death Dance, and, you know, the Z is there, I have my ult, I just auto-Q him, I don't even have to ult to, you know, kill him, and the Z blew his flash, his ignite, and his ultimate on me, and died to me. So that was a really nice kill. And then what I did after that, you know, I was kind of hanging around, I was thinking, what am I gonna do? And yeah, just went for the tower. And at the same time, the enemy team, they were just hanging around in mid lane. And Zyra was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna recall. And she tried to recall in the middle of the lane. So, you know, it was stopped and, you know, I got this tower. But to be fair, I would have gotten this tower regardless of Zyra, if Zyra's here or not. So there's that too. And yeah, now at this point I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm hella fed. If you look at my items, I have Trinity Force, Ravenous, and Death Dance. The reason why I built Death Dance instead of something like Hullbreaker was because I think that Death Dance is a pretty good item right now. If you look at the stats it gives more AD than Trinity Force, it gives almost the same amount as Ravenous Hydra. It gives ability haste, and it gives 50 armor. I think that's absolutely massive right now. And, you know, obviously the passive, you know, I get the damage dealt to me over time. That's huge because, you know, I kind of need to frontline for my team. I tried to go for the Viego. He gets away. I was kind of looking to kill these guys because they were so overextended in this lane. They didn't even realize I was here until I attacked the Viego. I'm trying to dodge the skill shots a little bit here. I just pillared the Zyra. And would swipe them out. Yeah, and the rest of the game was basically just this. And at this point, if you look at my score, I have basically 5,000 gold up on the Garen. The Garen is completely useless right now. And, you know, I ping for Baron, we take it. The reason why I wanted to do Baron was because I knew that the entire enemy team was recalling, and, you know, they didn't even have any vision here. The chances of them having vision here, I thought that they were pretty low, and, you know, they recalled, so I was like, yeah, let's just take Baron. And if you go back like maybe 30 seconds, then you can see that it's a pretty good spot for us to take Baron anyways. I went top lane after the team fight, I took this wave, and then if you look at who's dead, then Viego's dead, Wade's dead, Zyra's dead, the only one alive is Garen and Zed, and they don't have neither of them has the flash or ignite, okay? So I was like, yeah, I will go for Baron, so let's just take that. We take Baron. And I just insta-recall after that. And at this point, the game is kind of winnable for us. Like, we're winning the game. The enemy team is really uncoordinated and, you know, really inefficient. I feel like the Viego has been kind of a joke this game. He has 9 kills, sure, but, like, he hasn't really done anything to get objectives or anything. And yeah, after this, the team fights are basically just a slaughter. They cannot do anything at this point for a couple of reasons. So first of all, if we go back here, when the entire enemy team was still alive 30 seconds ago, the highest level guy on the team said. The highest level guy on our team is 16. At this point, I have level 2 alt. At this point, I have Trinity Force, Ravenous, Death Dance, and also a Negatron Cloak. So, you know, I have resistances, I have damage. It's not even close at this point. And how did I get this fed? Well, you know, I just gapped the Garen in lane. I CS'd really well. I took towers, and you know, I just have a shitload of gold. I took 2 towers in bot lane. I thought if you combine the towers and the minions that I got there, I probably got somewhat close to 1,500 gold or something like that. You know, it's big. And then, you know, the kills, they just come naturally if you look at the map. If you find yourself in the right places at the right time, then, you know, the kills, they just come to you, okay? Especially in low elo, where people don't look at the map and, you know, they're focused on only killing you, okay? They don't care about managing waves, side lanes, you know, taking towers, anything like that. Now, you could say that I'm lucky here because my team didn't tilt because of the bad early game, which is true. I won't deny that. You know, if my team had a little bit weaker mental, maybe I would have lost this game. But the point is that I was able to bring the game back from behind. You can see this. If we go to 12 minutes, it's 14-5. 16-6 at 14 minutes. And only at 17 minutes it starts to get a little bit even. Okay? So yeah. At this point, basically every team went... team fight was just a win. And you know, the enemy team was tilting. I was pinging, you know, let's do Baron, because they can't really do anything. And at this point, all we had to do basically was just kill them, which was really easy because we had a Jinx. I was really fed. And, you know, then, you know, they just taught alt chatting. The alt chat turns on. Viego saying to permaban everyone on his team. I go for the tower. It's really easy to get that. Now, unluckily, I die here. Let's take a look at that team fight again. So I go for the tower. Viego and Zyra's hanging there. I take the tower, and Zyra ults, and I get caught in the ult. And I tank a lot of damage here. Shen even ults for me, and he's trying to save me. And, you know, we win the team fight, but I end up dying. I think I died because... yeah, I don't know what I actually died to. Because I died to Viego. Like... if we... wait, no, I died to Hui. Huh. I swear I thought I died to Viego while I was playing the game. But anyways, I die. I give a big bounty to Wei. But at this point, it doesn't really even matter, right? Yeah. So, you know, my team's just there. And they wrap up the game, basically. And the Viego says to permaban Garen because he's win trading. So, yeah, that's pretty funny. And yeah, it was a good game.